Hi everybody, now I'm here and today we're going to do magic with playing cards. And today I would like to present to you a trick called Bullet Party. First things first, we have 4 cards. I don't want you to think of them as cards. They are people attending a dinner party. Not just any dinner party, but a dinner party hosted by our gracious host, Mr. Body, also known as the Ace of Spades. And for anybody who doesn't know, Mr. Body is the owner of the mansion in Clue, the board game. So, all the guests arrive, and as it turns out, all of the guests are masked, so nobody knows who anybody is, but they all look like jokers. And so they all are led into the mansion by Mr. Body, and Mr. Body says, okay, go ahead and have a seat here in the dining room, and they're all going to get seated so that they can have dinner. But I must step away to attend to something. So Mr. Body gets up from the table, walks away, and nobody sees him for a little while. So all the guests start talking with each other. As it turns out, one of the guests gets super impatient and decides to stand up and say, hey, I am going to go look for Mr. Body. And so they go and run and try and find Mr. Body somewhere else in the mansion. And so now, as soon as that guest steps away, Mr. Body happens to come back into the dining room, and he sees that that guest is missing and says, hey, where's that guest? So he decides to go ahead and step away to try and look for the missing guest. Now, almost as soon as Mr. Body steps away, the masked guest comes back to the dining room, because here they are. And now the guest says, hey guys, Mr. Body just discovered me in the billiard room, and I wasn't supposed to be in the billiard room, so I'm now going to be ejected from the mansion. And so they're going to go ahead and get ejected from the mansion, and so that'll leave the other remaining guests here at the dinner table. However, they are all sitting there for a while. That guest secretly comes back just to visit shortly, but nobody can see them visit. But they sneak back into the dining room just for a second, but then they disappear again. Now, those guests that are sitting there at the dining room table say, hey, it's been a while since Mr. Body has come back, so they all decide to get up and search for Mr. Body in the mansion. And they do find him right here. Now they're in the billiard room, and he's lying down on the floor, and they ask, hey, Mr. Body, are you okay? And he doesn't respond. And so everybody else says, hey, wait, can we just unmask ourselves? We just need to see what's going on here. And so they take off their masks, and as it turns out, they all happen to know each other already. They see Miss Scarlet, the Ace of Hearts. They see Mrs. Peacock, the Ace of Diamonds. They see Professor Plum, the Ace of Clubs. And they approach Mr. Body because he's not moving. And they all happen to notice that he's soaked in blood because he's been shot. So, hey, he's been shot! And so they turn his body over, and he's completely soaked red in blood. And they basically determine that, hey, the person who did it must have been that other guest that escaped. At this point, they don't know who it is. And so they lost the game, but whoever it was, because it was a bullet shot, must have shot them with the revolver in the billiard room. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of a trick called Bullet Party by John Bannon. And that was themed as Clue, the board game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.